Howdy, this is Marissa with Marissa Moments. I actually have a vision type channel message to share with you. Now, this is for the collective, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So I am going to be reading as well as reading, right? But right now I'm reading. So this was on December 7th of 2023 at 6:40 a.m. Central Standard Time. The singular word is restart. That's what I want you to focus on. Restart. Now, usually I just do this in a podcast, but Spirit wanted me to put this in a video message. So restart. Back to where we started. I don't know about you, but I often get down on myself when I feel I've gone back to the drawing board. I start thinking how I've wasted my time and want to throw in the towel. Now that kind of ended right there, right? But Spirit wants me to carry on with that because what I'm receiving in my spirit, how many times can I say spirit? Let's turn it into a game, right? Anyway, when we feel the notion to restart, oftentimes we feel defeated. Now, when I say we, I mean me, because like I said, I'm no exception to any of these rules. That's the reason I'm able to share these messages, because I can understand them on a visceral, deep down level because I've experienced it. Anyway, I'm spitting confirmation. So when you feel like what I receive is you're not progressing, right? You're not getting to the place where you actually want to be. You're not seeing the fruits of your labor. And then to take it even further is Spirit is saying that you're seeing people around you receive the fruits of their labor and you're low-key judging them. Like not even necessarily judging them, but you're hating on them, right? Let's just be honest. It's just us. We're family. It's fine. So you're low-key hating on them because you're like, they're not even putting in as much work. They're not putting in as much effort. They're not following the golden rules. They're not doing any of these things. They're sinners and all these types of things, right? This is what's going through your head. And meanwhile, you're like going through the mud from the gutter, right? You're putting in all of this work and effort and blood and sweat equity. How many different ways can we say you're working hard? And you're not seeing anything come to fruition, and it's frustrating you to no ends, right? But what I hear God saying, what Jesus is saying, is that don't be afraid to restart. Go back to the drawing board, because what I'm seeing is almost like branches, right? So you started off in one place and then all of a sudden it's like pew, 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 like you're going in all different directions. I gotta bring my voice back down because I'm way up here, right? But you're going in all these different directions and you're getting away from that starting point. You're losing the source and the reason, your why. You're losing your why. And as other people are becoming successful, regardless of what that success looks like, if you perceive it as success, right? Especially when you feel like what I receive is like, it's, I don't want to say unprecedented success, but it's like the unearned success. Once you start comparing yourself to those other people, you're creating more and more branches, and it's harder for you to get back to that starting point, right? And that's why it's so difficult for you to reach your final destination. And I'm not talking about the movie, but it's hard for you to see the fruits of your labor because you're going on so many different detours, because you're becoming so distracted by other people, places, and things that you're no longer moving down your path. You're moving down your path and then you're jumping on somebody else's path. You're moving on your path and then you're onto somebody else's path again. So what Spirit is saying is restart, not from like, what I hear is not from the drawing board. It's not saying to trash everything, to scrap everything that you've done up to this point, but restart in the sense of go back to the original point, that original starting point, and retrace some of your steps up to the point where all of those distractions took over and veered you off course. Because once you go back to that starting point and retrace your steps, those steps that felt fulfilling, those steps of perceived success, then that's when you're going to be able to get back on your track, as opposed to following the track of others. Or even what I hear is sitting in this from the sidelines, watching other people achieve your dreams. So that frustration that you're feeling, good. Feel it, feel into it, and then go back to the starting point and retrace your steps. but make sure that you are following in your steps, not the steps of another. What I receive is almost like the vision is fresh snow, right? If I don't know where you live, but when the snow falls freshly, right? People don't want to walk in that snow. I live in Chicago. Now I'm telling you for sure, like that we've had snow drifts and all that type of stuff. Now, if the snow is high, you don't want to get the snow in your shoes and your boots and all that stuff. You're kind of praying for somebody to have already blazed that trail, right? So you can walk in their prints exactly. But what I'm receiving is like, no, that's not how it works for you, my friend. But you've been trying to step in that other person's steps. You've been trying to follow what they're doing when all along you're the person who's supposed to be blazing those trails. So stop looking at what everybody else is doing. Stop getting frustrated because they're succeeding when you feel like you're failing. Well, here's the thing too. You're not failing. That is your perception because you are comparing yourself to other people's success. And here's the thing too, that success that you're perceiving for other people isn't even truly their success. You don't know what's going on behind those closed doors. So you're comparing yourself to the scenes, right? To that Instagram moment, to that I don't know, Facebook, TikTok, X, whatever it is moment, right? You're comparing yourself to the thing that they put out there for you to see. Meanwhile, you don't know all the chaos and frustration and everything else that's going on behind the scenes. So stop doing that. When that fresh snow is falling, when that path is being laid for you, don't be afraid to get your feet wet. Oof, that was word in the soul. Don't be afraid to get your feet wet because you got to jump out there and you are going to be the one to set that pace and blaze that trail for other people to follow you. So stop trying to follow other people. Go to the starting point. Don't be afraid to restart because this is your time. You don't have to wait for the new year to have a new year. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down because apple and tomato. If you want to know what that's about, go watch the video. And that's it. Bye.